Alrighty, that's it for life here. Bringing you guys a brand new deck profile. This time around it is my RaidRaptor deck. I absolutely love RaidRaptors. They're a lot of fun to play. I've been looking forward to doing an updated deck profile of them for a while because we finally got Ultimate Falcon and he is really good. So let's go ahead and get on to the deck profile. I absolutely love this deck. It's so much fun to play. So first and foremost, 3 RaidRaptor Tribute Lanius. This guy, he gets the deck rolling by sending a RaidRaptor from your deck to your graveyard. Usually going to be Mimicry, so you can get searching and stuff. It's just a really good. He only gets to send that card once per turn whenever he's normal or special summon, but it's still very useful. Also, if he kills a monster in battle, he gets to search out a RaidRaptor rank up magic quick play. Which there's only one that I play, and honestly most people don't play any, so that second effect never really gets used. And also he has to kill a monster in battle, which takes a lot more effort than it really should to search for a quick play rank up. So next up, I play 3 RaidRaptor Vanishing Lanius. This guy, he special summons out a RaidRaptor whenever he is normal or special summoned, at least during the same turn. You don't have to do it right away. Very useful for going into rank 4s, summoning out Blaze Falcon, Force Strix, whatever you want to go into, Castell 101, stuff like that. Very good card. Next up, I play 3 RaidRaptor Mimicry Lanius. So basically what this guy does is, if he was normal summoned or special summoned, you can make him and every other RaidRaptor on the field 1 level higher. So you can make all your level 3 ones, level 4, all your level 4, level 5, and so on and so such. Very good card for going into the higher levels, higher ranks. Also, if he is in the graveyard, you can banish him from your graveyard, search out a RaidRaptor monster or card or whatever, so long as he was sent there that turn. Also, you can only do that once per turn, so he's a bit stingy, and you gotta be careful with how many you get sent in the graveyard. And also, you gotta be careful with making sure they don't get sent to the graveyard during your opponent's turn, because if Mimicry hits the graveyard during your opponent's turn, you can't search, and therefore, you don't get to do really much of anything until you can get them out of your graveyard. Next up, I play 3 RaidRaptor Fuzzy Lanius. If you control a RaidRaptor, you can special summon him from your hand. If you do that, you can't activate the effects, or I believe is it just that, or no, you cannot special summon monsters during the turn except RaidRaptor monsters, which is a bit annoying, and also a lot of RaidRaptor cards have that effect tacked onto them. But however, what's nice about him is that if he hits the graveyard, you get to search out another copy of himself. So generally speaking, you're going to detach him for Force Strix to search off of something, and then he's going to search off of something, so you're going to get to search twice off of 1 monster detach. It's very stupid. This card, I like him a lot. Also, he's not fuzzy, even though he's called Fuzzy. Bothers me. Next up, Booster Strix. RaidRaptor Booster Strix. Originally, I wasn't playing this guy, but then a friend of mine talked me into trying him out, and he saved my butt quite a few times. This guy, basically what he does is, whenever your opponent declares an attack on a RaidRaptor monster, you can banish him from your hand to destroy that monster. Now, it does not technically negate the attack, so if the monster can't be destroyed, it doesn't negate the attack or anything, but it does not target. So you can get rid of annoying things like Dark Destroyer and Forerunner, and that'll take care of those guys. I hate Cosmo so much sometimes. Next up, RaidRaptor Avenge Vulture. If you take damage, you can special summon them from your hand. You're probably wondering how would you take that damage? Why would you do that? That would mostly be during your opponent's turn, wouldn't it? Well, true, but there's a way to trigger it during your turn as well, and not painfully through battle. So next up is RaidRaptor Pain Lanius. Basically, if he is in your hand, you can target a RaidRaptor monster you control, special summon him, take damage equal to that monster's attack or defense, whichever is lower, and then his level becomes that monster's level. During the turn you use his effect, you can't summon anything except for RaidRaptors, which is a bit annoying, but you take damage, so therefore you can summon out Avenge Lanius, which means you can just flood the field. I've had I've had like 4 or so RaidRaptors out on field in combination with these two, Vanishing and Fuzzy. Heck, with Vanishing you can get 5. You can get a lot of RaidRaptors on the field very fast with this guy, Avenge, Vanishing, and Fuzzy. So you're almost always going to have a RaidRaptor or 2 on the field. You almost never dead draw in this deck, and that is one of the big reasons why I like playing it so much. And this guy is just one of the big reasons why. Yeah, sure, you take a little bit of damage, but it's not very much. Next up is RaidRaptor Lanius. Basically, whenever he is normal or special summon, you can target a monster your opponent controls, just change its battle position, and if he attacks afterwards, like if he attacked and then during main phase 2, you can special summon a RaidRaptor from your graveyard. So being able to switch something into defense, attack over it, and then main phase 2 summon out a RaidRaptor from your graveyard is very, very useful. That switching of battle position is actually very, very useful against Monarchs, particularly because Monarchs, especially Domain Monarchs, have a very good matchup against RaidRaptors, and this is like your only out to that or Twin Twister. So really against like Monarchs, I'd actually recommend siding a third one of these guys along with like a third Twin Twister and stuff like that. And then finally, last but not least, RaidRaptor and Necro Vulture I play one of. Basically, you can tribute him off or tribute off any RaidRaptor you control. I usually tribute off him though, to grab back a RaidRaptor rank up magic from your graveyard to your hand, or I believe it's just any rank up magic. Yeah, any rank up magic spell card from your graveyard. But however, for the rest of the turn, you cannot exceed summon it set by rank up magic. So it's got a little bit of a drawback there, but however, it's very nice to be able to get back your skip 4, skip back your soul save 4, stuff like that, to be able to just go for more plays and hopefully push for game. This deck is very much about getting as much resources as possible compared to your opponent and then pushing for game afterwards. Now this next card, I've noticed that there's a lot of debate between this and Blast Strix in the RaidRaptor community. I'm a member of a community on Facebook all about RaidRaptors. And this card right here, a lot of people are like debating about between this and Blast Strix. So this is Cattle Call, a quick play spell card. It's a TCG exclusive. You send a, let's see here, it's better if I just read off of it. Send one face-up monster you control to a graveyard whose original type is Beast, Beast Warrior, or Winged Beast. Special summon one monster from your extra deck with the same original type, but it cannot attack. Its effects are negated. Also, it is destroyed during the end phase. You can only activate one Cattle Call per turn. So basically, you send one RaidRaptor you control to the graveyard, special summon a RaidRaptor from your extra deck, and the whole point of it is that you bring out Satellite Cannon Falcon so that you can rank it up into Ultimate Falcon, and that's really the whole gist of it. Same, and also Blast Strix does the same kind of thing, but Blast Strix is a RaidRaptor, and if I could find my Blast Strix, I would much rather play him over this card. But however, I've been going with this card so far, and it's actually really been helpful. You can send like a RaidRaptor, like Mimicry or Fuzzy to the graveyard to trigger its effect, and then you'll get to search off of those guys. It's a quick play, so you can do it more easily without having to worry about monster effect negation, stuff like that. It's just it's an okay card. There's a lot of pros and cons to playing this over Blast Strix, just as there is a lot of pros and cons to playing Blast Strix over this card. It comes down to your player preference. Personally, I'd much rather play Blast Strix if I could find my stupid things. So I'm playing Cattle Call until I can find it. Next up, I play 3 Rank Up Magic Skip Force. This is one of your main rank ups. There's 2 of them that I would say are your main rank ups in this deck. This is one of them. You target a RaidRaptor you control, rank it up 2 ranks higher into a into a RaidRaptor 2 ranks higher. So basically, you target, like, let's say for instance, Force Strix, and you turn it into Revolution Falcon. Very, very good card. It has another effect where you can banish it in a RaidRaptor in your graveyard. Special summon a RaidRaptor Exceeds monster from your graveyard. Very, very good card. That second effect, I don't believe you can do to turn during the turn that it was sent to the graveyard. Yeah, I was right. So it's a really good card overall. Next up is the other really good rank up magic, and that is rank up magic Soul Save Force. Basically, you pay half your life points, target a RaidRaptor in your graveyard that is in your graveyard. You bring it back, rank it up 2 ranks higher, and to any into any Xyz monster you want. And it doesn't have to be a RaidRaptor. And it's because of that you're able to go into 2 very specific Xyz that normally you would not be able to go into. And I will cover those guys when we get to them, but right now, well, one of them is Cyber Dragon Infinity. Almost everybody plays them. The other, not many people know that they can go into, so I want it to be a surprise. And people are probably hating me for that right now. Next up, I play 2 rank up magic Doom Double Force. Basically, if you, a lot of people don't play this card, but I love it. So basically, if like one of your RaidRaptor Xyz's dies by battle, you activate this card, bring it back, and rank it up double its rank. So, oh hey, my Rise Falcon just died. Activate this card, rank it up into a Satellite Cannon Falcon. Oh no, my Blaze Falcon just died. Rank it up into Ultimate Falcon directly. So it's got some really good combos. The issue with the card is that it's specifically by battle. So like let's say you attack into a Mirror Force or something, you're not going to be able to trigger it then, which really sucks. But however, generally speaking, the RaidRaptor monsters don't have very high power, except for like Satellite Cannon Falcon and Ultimate Falcon. So they're going to be killed in battle a lot, so this card really does actually trigger more often than it really should. Next up, 2 RaidRaptor Nest. I normally like to try and play 3 of this card, but I dropped it down to 2 because it just clogs at 3. So basically, if you control 2 or more RaidRaptor monsters, you can add 1 RaidRaptor monster from your deck to your hand, or from your graveyard to your hand. It's a very good card. It's a once per turn search, and it also becomes your opponent's prime target of destruction once it hits the field, which is very obnoxious, and there's no way to get it back right now, except for unless like you're playing Magician of Faith or something. Next up, I play 2 Twin Twister. A lot of the RaidRaptors like being in the graveyard. This triggers their effects, gets them in the graveyard, and allows me to just do more plays. Not to mention it pops 2 back row, which is very useful. Next up, 2 Allure of Darkness. Everything's dark! And this is at 2 now. It's self-explanatory. It writes itself. And then 1 Fool's Burial because, again, they like being in the graveyard. And then finally I play 1 trap card, and people, this is another divisive trap. I love it too much though, and that is RaidRaptor's Readiness. So, in the turn that you activate it, all your RaidRaptors cannot be destroyed in battle. And then if it's in the graveyard and you have a RaidRaptor in your graveyard, you can banish it and you take no damage, battle or effect whatsoever for the rest of the turn. This card has saved my butt so many times. I don't understand why nobody wants to play more than like anywhere close to 3 copies. I love this card so much. It saved my butt so many times. I really do recommend playing 3. It's just that good of a card. Now onto the X-Check. I play 1 Rise Falcon. I know a lot of people don't play him at all, but I like Rise Falcon a lot. Yes, it's because of the TV show. He's my favorite RaidRaptor. Shut up about it. Next up, I play 3 RaidRaptor Force Strix. This guy, he's your main RaidRaptor. You go into him almost all the time first turn. He searches out your rank 4 RaidRaptors. Very good card overall. I just hate how expensive this stupid thing is. I managed to get mine by pure chance, but oh well. Next up, 2 Blaze Falcon. I know a lot of people don't play this guy either, but I like him a lot. He can just wipe your opponent's board, do 500 damage, and he can attack directly, which is nice. So yeah. Next up, 2 RaidRaptor Revolution Falcon. This guy, I would argue, is one of the best RaidRaptor Xyz monsters. He can attack all of your opponent's monsters once each. He can nuke one of them once per turn. And also, if he battles a special summon monster, its attack points drop to 0. It's such a good card. 1 Cyber Dragon Infinity. And then 1 Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon. Now, you guys are probably wondering what the heck is up with this. So, there's another reason why I play Blaze Falcon. If Blaze Falcon's in the graveyard and you have, where the heck is it? Soul Save Force. You can activate Soul Save Force, bring back Blaze Falcon, and then rank him up into this guy. And by the way, since that is technically an Xyz summon, his effect will trigger nuking all of your opponent's monsters, doing 1,000 damage for each, and he can attack 3 times that turn. It's such an evil thing, and it's so awesome. I don't understand why more people haven't realized it yet. The only sucky thing about it is that in order to do that combo, you have to go into Blaze Falcon, let it die, and then activate Soul Save Force to bring it back, and then OTK your opponent in one turn. But hey, it's so much easier than summoning him in his own actual deck. It's so sad, but it's easier. Next up, I played 2 Satellite Cannon Falcon. Really good card. He's a Harpy's Feather Duster that your opponent can't respond to. Not to mention, you can drop your opponent's monster's attack power by 500 for every RaidRaptor in your graveyard. Very good card. And then finally, 3 Ultimate Falcons. And before you ask, yes, I actually have gone into all 3. Mostly by spamming Necro Vulture's effect to keep adding back stuff from my graveyard and bringing them back and adding them back with this card right here. So it was a long duel, but I did it. Anyway, so Ultimate Falcon, he's a Towers. 3500 beat stick reduces all of your opponent's monsters by 1000 during the end phase, and if they don't have a monster, they take 1000 instead. And then hey, if you want to, you can actually force it before the end phase by detaching Xyz material. So guys, that is the deck profile. Hope you enjoyed it. I love this deck a lot. It's one of my favorites out there. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. And guys, please check my social links down below in the not in the comments, in the description below. You'll find my Facebook, my Twitter, all that crap. So thank you all for watching. Have a great day. Peace out. See y'all later. Goodbye.